I'm going astray. You guys just pull me back in because I don't.
Oh yeah, we'll get you.
I have no idea.
Nathan's gonna be
happening.
the supervisor of this, and I'm gonna start going off kilter.
Okay, we're good.
We're in it.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. I'm about to say it. I can already tell I haven't said it yet.
Staring.
I'm still adjusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're setting up. We're bantering.
No, I
before,
know.
I've got my phone out. We're definitely not starting anytime soon.
Yeah, Mason's on his phone
This
still.
is you yelling at me.
Mason, get off your phone.
It's
We're about to record a video.
like, oh, but I just woke up.
10 out of 10. I was taking a nap that day.
He's always sneezing.
Then of course I said something hilarious to make everybody laugh. Okay, but what's happening? Why are we even talking over this right now, Dylan?
Okay, so we're about to sit here, and if Price would shut up. For
You're not
5
gonna
seconds.
time it up.
No, I'm gonna time it.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna time it like a good Mario platformer. I'm gonna get it.
We got 29 more minutes.
We've got 29 more minutes to fill. We got 29.
People have been watching this for like 30 seconds and they have no idea what's happening.
You know what? This is a good look behind the scenes, guys. I know a lot of you guys have always wondering, Nathan, why can't we get more behind the scenes looks on this stuff? This right here is what you talk about. This is the most organic, free stuff on here. All right, I won't lie. I think I might have introduced it already. So anyway, welcome.
So far gone.
No, I don't think so, because I was taking a pillow out from behind the scenes and stuff. I
Mason's
don't
still
think
playing with his beard. He's wondering how that feels.
Oh yeah, I actually no. I genuinely don't believe I've recorded. No, I just look like I just turned my brain off right here. I'm no longer with you guys.
You got lobotomized.
Yeah, I just
Are
got.
we sure this isn't one where somebody stole the beginning from you, and that's why you're just zoned
Oh
out?
God, no, that sounds like something Price would do. That's not the way he was talking. Anyway, welcome to the EP26 podcast. I'm your host. My name is Dylan. I'm looking at Mason. That's Price, and that's Nathan, and you're probably wondering why I'm looking around, looking very confused on this.
So are we.
Because I'm looking for the audio to this track. We didn't have it, it disappeared. And now we are doing this record screech, I wonder how we got here moment. We're just audio dubbing it over because that's the kind of quality content you expect from this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Gotta keep it light, gotta keep it fun.
we didn't want to record it and do it super lame, and we just had all this sweet video, so we don't want to waste that.
Yeah, I mean,
Juicy
This
video.
stuff is great. We're also like whited out
Yeah.
by this background and everything.
The plan here is to actually lose this video's audio and then do a 3-part series
Oh,
and just start
yeah.
covering
To
up
see
all
how
of the
deep we
corners.
can
Yeah.
get with this
Yeah.
one film.
Right.
We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
But I don't know where Nathan's going to put us in a tiny box, but as you can see there, or possibly there, or above, I don't know where we're going to be relative to the thing. We're sitting here talking about Wolfwalkers, so
Maybe
I guess
we'll
can...
just be like replacing the center painting up there.
That'd be fun.
And we're looking down.
Just looking
yeah.
down at each other.
Yeah.
You idiots.
That'd be
Yeah.
It's like, God, why didn't y'all? Why didn't I turn on the audio capture?
Who knows?
That'd be good.
Look, you're
See,
face
look,
palming
already exasperated.
We're lining up reactions. Past Nathan knew. So anyway, guys, today we're talking about Wolfwalkers, and we've talked about it before, obviously, because we're back.
Yeah.
And I guess let's just talk about what the movie's about. Nathan, tell us what this movie's about.
So this is a story about the it's the English coming to Ireland to civilize and Christianize these pagans.
And harvest.
Pagan
and,
Catholic
and
Irish.
harvest. Yeah, and
Log.
really like that's kind of the overarching theme of what's happening here, but really the story is about a little girl named Mebh who is a wolf walker. She can she doesn't really shapeshift. She
Her
can
soul
go to
can leave her
sleep
body.
and her soul can leave her body in the form of a wolf.
Yeah.
And this is apparently a communicable disease
Mhm.
that she then
It
gives
is.
to our main character, Robyn, at some point in the story. And then eventually her father has it too. And,
Yeah.
you know, just everybody's becoming a wolf walker. It's a hell of a thing to do. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Moral of the story, go get your Wolfwalker vaccines now.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Pfizer brand. But
So, yeah, they... his
Johnson calls it wolfwalking.
our main character, Goodfellow, played by Sean Bean, is an insufferable, just he's a hunter who is just so determined to do the right thing and to force his daughter to do the right thing that he makes this story far more complicated than it has to be. And the story is about Mab's mother having had her spirit wolf captured by the leader of the village that Robyn and Goodfellow are a part of. And ultimately it's about Robyn like kind of finding her independence and getting out from under just being an obedient daughter and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
No, Dad, I want to play Wolf Spirit. All right,
Yeah.
let me go do it.
Believe me.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she does. Like
so
9 times.
much.
And then it doesn't.
and she has those. I just remember those moments of her like sweeping and like cleaning up around the house and like playing out how she's going to talk to her father and how reasonable and like level-headed he's going to be and how he's really going to believe her, and then it just doesn't go like that.
Then he's had a bad day at work and he won't listen to us.
He's like, shit, I think I'm actually a terrible hunter.
Yeah, it's like,
I've never
I
actually caught
have
anything.
not caught a single wolf.
Yeah.
I kind of side like the bad guy. We haven't really talked about him too much. Whatever his name is, the Duke of the town. Or
Generic
whatever.
angry
the
Christian.
Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord Protector.
Well,
Lord
I'll talk more about him later, but I don't think he's too generic. I like his
Yeah,
character.
he does have a depth.
But based
Oh,
on
yeah.
like our previous movie watching things, his philosophy I agree with the most, because all he thinks is about is first he's got to kill that wolf.
As many as it takes.
Yeah.
As many as it
I'd
takes.
kill the whole forest and this village to protect this village from wolves. That's his belief.
Tell you, this is where the Swallow Valley Mall was actually
Oh, shut up.
put
Shut
down.
up.
Was in this town. That's where they got their wolf problem.
Yeah. So that wolf is just a little girl.
It's a little girl. Yeah.
Just stuck
walking.
Just trying to get out, dude.
Yeah. She's stuck in the mall.
Yeah,
Actually.
So the mall is okay. So it's the spirit of the mall then, because the body is.
Can we not
awesome.
talk about Bill and Ted or whatever?
Tim
it is?
Harrison.
Tim Eric.
Gave that movie a 10, boy.
Bill and Ted, I would have actually been more.
Oh,
10. 10,
you want to
10,
admit it
10.
right
now you know,
Most of
sorry.
the time you deny
All right.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not sarcastic. That's actually.
Well, we've
his
got it
story.
captured for sure
Yeah.
now.
No, hopefully the audio will be on like it is right here.
So anyway, let's get further into our thoughts. Obviously, Price is pro-Christian spreading. So of course he
Heard it here
like the
first.
swine flu.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this movie, man. I did. I remember thinking that again, we'll talk about scores later at the end of it, but I've talked so much about animated films and.
I was watching Dylan, like when he was talking, he was doing that.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta line up with what you're doing in the video.
What he's talking about there is the fluid motion
Motions.
with which the wolves move through the
Yeah.
I bet he is.
Yeah, Garrett, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I remember just how visually appealing this animated movie is, right?
It
So this
is.
is one that, credit where credit's due. Some animated films are just, they're animated for the sake of being animated or for the sake of, like, doing elements in the plot that they wouldn't be able to necessarily do with a budget in real world or whatever like that. This movie is animated to be a true art form of a movie in itself, right? It is essentially using every little bit of, like, animated stuff to do it. And I think it has a lot of fun with it. I think that there's so much, like, cultural character into this film, and I think that the animated elements are all used really, really well. There's the part that maybe lands, maybe doesn't land for people, but the music video, I talked about that before, and I remember thinking, like,
good.
I had a swell time with it, man. I
Dude.
did. If they did it twice, I would have been like, all right, you're fucking with me now.
Back
But-
the fuck up.
yeah, you get one. You get one what could be a Florence the Machine video.
So, something that I know I talked about in our first review, but I didn't really mention it till towards the end, but it's something that I found interesting, speaking to the art style. The characters of the city are much more, like, hard-lined and rigid, whereas the forest and the creatures
It's
and
very
such of
soft
the
and
forest
gorgeous.
are soft sketch work,
Yeah.
where you can see all of the sketch lines
Well,
existing in their character.
And also, every time they were in the forest looking at the city, it was literally just like a piece on a paper that was just like gridlocked.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
it was just
they
like
didn't
it looked
care.
just like a map, just
Yeah.
staring down. Like, this is the city.
Yeah.
Like, it is rigid and perfect, and like,
But without so much life,
no
too.
ideas,
Right.
like completely lifeless.
Yeah, and I think there's that credit to it where there's that visual storytelling at times. The city looks like it's soulless, and the people all look like carbon copies of each other. And that's roughly by design because they don't want you to feel like that they're a bunch of individual people. Like they are all. I mean, really, from perceptions of the main characters, they're just like the flock of sheep to the Lord
They're-
Protector or
yeah,
they
whatever.
are.
So
They're just getting herded around.
yeah, I think it's one of those good visual designs, but in reality, it probably was just like a low budget, and they're like, I don't know, let's make it make sense. Like
Mhm.
somebody will
Maybe
somebody
they'll
will
like
find
us.
meaning into it. Yeah.
Maybe this will catch some traction in, this year's blah blah blah.
Right.
It's on or Apple, I think.
Apple TV.
I also just want everybody to be as distracted as I am with how much Mason has been touching his neck and his head the entire time.
You know, I learned in the movie Contagion that people touch their face about 1,000 times a day. And Mason,
He's
I
already
believe
hit
it.
that
3
mark.
times.
You have
3
been-
times that amount.
The
Yeah.
whole time
Yeah.
you've been like, you even did like this with your ear.
What
earlier.
someone does 1,000 times, I'll do 3 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking about the art style, like you were talking about, whenever she's in like the dreamscape sort of
Mhm.
stage, where it's just that very nice, everything is dark blue,
Mhm.
but their souls are just this vivid yellow.
Yeah.
And or I think in another one's case, it's like a really, really light blue, and it blends so well with that really dark background.
Yeah, it has a good calming and contrast mood. Like they definitely use the colors well to set the mood, but also use the contrast very well in that one. And I appreciate that about an animated movie, because I feel like a lot of times it's animated, but they don't make the most of like the visual storytelling elements. I don't know, ask Price. Price will just pick it 9 out of 10 times because it's animated, I think. But,
No, that's a big thing that I've always said about animes too, is that we've watched them before. I'll look here in a moment. But I know there's been at least 1 or 2 we've watched on this podcast where I thought, like, why is this even animated? Like, it just could have been real life.
mhm.
Like, if it's going to be animated, it needs to use the medium to its fullest. And even though I know what I gave this movie previously, like, this movie does do well with it, that they incorporate the animation.
Price on screen is maybe
Well,
rethinking
into
his
it.
score. Maybe I do give it higher.
No, I don't. I most certainly don't. But I'm going to see if I can find that movie. But
Yeah.
you all go ahead.
So one thing we've not really discussed yet is like we've kind of mentioned how Sean Bean's character is very annoying in this film.
Spoiler: he stays alive by the end of
He's-
the film.
Yeah, so
Surprisingly.
Unfortunately.
I remember us talking a fair bit about the fact that this is the one time that he lives and he absolutely
We
should have
should.
died.
Yeah.
For the sake of this story to not be so endlessly frustrating.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
my biggest gripe with this movie was just his character.
Mm-hmm.
And like being so dedicated to your job and to the person that you're serving to an extreme fault.
versus your family
Yeah.
or your
Right.
lifestyle,
And he's convinced himself that he's doing this for his family.
He seems like
but
such a nice person and such a
Yeah.
like caring father and
the first 10
like
minutes
just
he's
really good with his daughter.
Yeah.
super good.
But then he ends up not being that at all because he just will not listen to her
Yeah.
at any point in this story.
The
Right.
thing is, though, like, talking about, like, maybe he should have died. I don't know if I think that he should have died necessarily. If he would have just been able to, like, believe her at some... Like,
Yeah.
it should not have taken him turning into an actual wolf.
Oh shit, maybe she's right.
Yes,
yeah.
like, I think that, like, maybe once things got a little bit more, critical and everything like that, he should have been able to just understand.
Yeah.
I think at one point, as soon as he shoots the Mebh's mom,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
that probably should not have happened in the first place. Like, that should have been the part, because she was riding that wolf out of the town,
Right.
obviously in pretty darn good control of everything, and he still
Yeah.
guns her down, and he
To a
still
frustrating,
doesn't really believe her. Like,
incredibly frustrating late point in the film.
that
as he
is
decides
my
to do it.
issue. I don't think he should have died, because it's very much a kid's movie with
Yeah,
very-
like it's more of a joke
Yeah.
to say that Sean Bean
Right.
should die.
Yeah. It's just that he dies and everything else, right?
Yeah. And to be fair, like, yeah, for the first, 10, 15 minutes of it, he feels very wholesome. He feels like
Yeah.
he feels like
that's
such
the
a better
thing, is,
character
like,
at
the
the beginning.
of his character, you feel like he's going to be really tight and work well with his daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
And then turns out he's not going to do that at all, and he's just going to push her off into following all the standard rules of the society that
Become
he's
a
in,
housewife
even
lady.
though they're like
Yeah.
new to the town as
Right.
well.
He's like, yeah, you have to acclimate. Like, that's the rules. But, it felt jarring to see him be so wholesome at the beginning of the film. And I get that he's getting frustrated with her, but, like, have your big anger moment be, like, your mid-part climax thing, But it felt like once the wholesomeness was gone, it never came back. Like, he was
Yeah.
very, like, stern, strict, and, like, listen here, you little. And, like, from that rest of the film, you know?
It was like
And it
just,
cut away because it's
it-
PG.
Yeah, exactly.
his problems with his job and his inability to do it just seem like they weigh on him so heavily that his character is just ruined through the entire story arc.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely frustrating. I think what we've also talked about was the. Well, you mentioned that the townspeople were like, you said that they're one note and like they're pretty much all the same.
They are.
We're a riot crowd.
They're even all exactly the same.
They are.
We're
exactly
literally
the
here
same.
to just be figures to riot.
Except for the one guy
that was in the back of the car.
sheep
Yeah.
farmer
Yeah.
out in the village or
Oh,
whatever.
and we forgot about the kids. Yeah,
The kids do stand out.
We have
too.
the little fucking
as
Goonies or
a
whatever.
bunch of little jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
they're
little
the assholes.
shits.
Yeah.
They trap Mebh, and we haven't talked enough about Mebh.
Dude, Mebh is.
Alright, so I gotta come back. Mebh is fucking dope, alright? Mebh comes in, she was like,
She's-
you want to be a crazy wolf?
She's the girl that you stay away from in school,
Yeah,
but she's kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ride with her.
Maeve
but
is
she's
like,
pretty cool.
Maeve's like a ride or die chick too. Like, she for sure was just like, she showed up, you know? Like, she was like, were we gonna meet up, Robyn? And she's like, nah. And then afterwards, she went to go check up on her.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, hey, I figured, I don't know, you're probably freaking out a little bit that you turn into a wolf when you sleep. Figure I should check in on you.
Yeah.
Like a good friend. And then Robyn's like, I don't know, maybe we do put her in a cage for a little bit. And that, okay, Robyn has that frustrating moment where
That's what I was gonna say next.
yeah, she shows how she's
Yeah.
Sean Bean's character in this
Yeah.
fucking film where she's
Yeah.
like, maybe I want to suck too for like 30 minutes of
That
this
felt
film.
like that felt really manufactured. To
Yeah.
me. Like it just
Mhm.
felt like that's the point where the friends need to be
Well,
divided. That's in every movie.
And
Like,
I
we
also
have to have that
remember
conflict.
at the fact that at that point, right before that, the Lord Protector looked at her and was like, "Look, your dad. He's basically sentencing to death
I'm pretty much gonna kill your dad. He sucks
if you
at
do
everything
not
he does.
cooperate." And then May shows up and she's like, "Okay, well, put her in a cage or
Right.
like my dad gets executed."
All right, hey kids, go. Hey, other worse kids who've picked
Yeah.
on me before, go get that
capture
ginger.
her.
Yeah. And then she breaks out because she's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it just starts wolfing out, man.
Mm.
Yeah, but altogether, like, Mebh is a fun character. Like, Mebh definitely feels like all the fun in it. When I think just whenever they're going on their little, like, adventures, and they're still in, like, human form, but they're just fucking around with, there's the people with the cart, and then they're just playing the back and forth with them, taking the bread and doing that. I'm like, yes, I got my Aladdin movie in this one. Like,
Yeah.
suddenly we're all, like,
Little
street
trickery.
rats. Yeah. I enjoyed the little, like, you know, living in poverty, playing around with the people's aspect
the
of it.
little bird, the owl thing,
Yeah.
whatever it was. I can't even remember his name, but he was really cool. You know, just a little, basically what you get in
He's just
every
doing
single
this.
animation movie ever. You have a tiny sidekick,
Yeah.
and I just
I'm
constantly
telling you,
do
I've
this,
been
too.
enraptured by you
Yeah.
the whole
See,
time.
this
You
is your
know,
shelter game.
I was about to say,
This
like,
is it.
This is
you
your
were getting just as
It's that
distracted.
spot.
You
Yeah.
haven't stopped touching your face the entire
Have
time.
you touched this face?
I have not.
To be
You
fair,
would do it too.
You have more facial hair in that one, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, you stopped. You're fiddling with your phone.
Because I'm playing chess.
Which is funny because he's currently.
Oh, here he
Oh,
goes.
he is playing. I don't need
Obviously,
it.
I played a
All right,
chess.
wait,
Wait,
hold on.
he's gonna start
I want
again.
to see. So
Here
he's
it
putting his
comes.
phone down.
Oh, there it is. It's on the lip. It's on the lip.
Is there something really Freudian here, Mason? I wonder. Like,
Dude,
but
I had a good hair day that day.
yeah,
What are you talking about?
Look at that little bat.
That, like, you
part
have
in the
like
back.
a cowlick back
Hey, good
here.
It brings the whole fit together, man. Look at it.
Well, don't worry. I mean, Price is wearing that Alcatraz swim team shirt like he's ever been to Alcatraz.
I would imagine he's been to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
he's got the shirt. I don't think you just get that.
I actually
don't
do. Mom
go
got
there.
that for me, but I have been there.
Oh, okay.
She went one time. We got that shirt. She thought it was funny, and then I actually have been there before.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't too great.
Price, you're not convincing me. Your body language in this doesn't seem like you're. Actually, you look about as distracted and on visual as you do here. Which
Yeah,
is very
well, you were
appropriate.
like full
You
laying
kidding me?
down here.
Yeah. You're lounging, dude.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Wolfwalkers. Back to Wolfwalkers. We're getting distracted here. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, all together. So there's. I guess we'll just wrap to the on the ending. So then they start terrorizing the forest, and all the stuff's coming down, and then there's the like.
And they decide that the best way to deal with a pack of wolves living in a cave is to lug a freaking cannon
Yeah.
and
Through the
a bunch of
forest.
cannonballs through the forest, just blasting their way in.
These guys were Americans waiting to happen.
Yes, they were.
These ones definitely descended to be Americans.
By the Lord Protector's command as well. Just
Yeah.
like you start to question exactly how much experience he had,
Uh-huh.
and like he's probably taken over lands that have had people.
Right.
As
You
a
can see why he's had this wolf problem as
Now
long
he's
as
had
he
a wolf
has.
problem.
Like, when he's
But
responding with like,
not muskets.
yeah,
No.
No.
Well, I guess they did have muskets.
Yeah,
one
they
single
did.
hunter
Yeah.
that who
It's
just
like,
came
I'll,
into
I'll
town.
hire this one hunter to deal with a massive pack of wolves
Yeah.
that are constantly harassing my village.
For that matter, what? So thinking about it, Goodfellow is the only one that's a hunter during this pretty much the whole time. Like, yeah, they have like the guards or whatever, but they never actively go hunting.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's just
So what the fuck was he doing about these wolves for all that time until Good
Well,
Hunter
If
gets
I
there?
remember right, they do,
Bad Hunter
they
gets
do
there.
at least say that there is some other thing that he's having to deal with, that
Yeah.
he's like trying to keep his
But these darn
resources
pesky
in-
wolves.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
let me put it this way: this man doesn't know how to do priorities. If I'm hungry and I'm like, I need to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but my kitchen has wolves in it, then I'm gonna focus on the wolves. All right, there's probably nothing more important than this wolves attacking his.
Good point.
like,
You do have a
people.
griff that's in the kitchen.
Boy, do I know about wolves! Like that little monster.
Peas and poops
Oh
everywhere.
god, he's 14, man. Just let him have his time while he's got it. So anyway, we're not here to talk about my sad, vicious wolf dog, but
It's a Shih Tzu.
Gum your ankles.
yeah. Oh, he'll get your ankles every time.
Yeah.
He'll ankle nibble that little buddy. I love him. So I'm gonna teach all my future dogs to do the same thing, and they're gonna have real teeth.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just had that
I
thought
would
in my
not
head
sit
of
down
like,
for
did
another
I do that?
Yeah. So
We're good.
anyway, I don't know. Do we want to transition to our question or whatever we thought we did for this?
Well,
one?
so if you recall,
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
I think we still had Fat, Thin, Perfectly Fit.
Sure.
At
Yeah,
this
we did.
point.
Oh, we did. Oh
Yeah.
shit! All right,
Yeah.
sorry. All right. Nathan, you go ahead. not gonna
Fat,
introduce it. We
Thin,
don't have the
Perfectly
segment
Fit.
anymore.
Did the movie? Did its runtime match what it was set out to do?
Fit.
Was it just
Fit.
It was a fit movie. Fat movie. Did it have just a lot
Too
of
much to chew on.
excess scenes? Was it really just padding
Yeah,
its
for sure it is.
runtime with stuff that wasn't really necessary to the story? Or thin? Do we feel like we want a lot more out of this this film?
Stop
this,
giving me the
this
cold
meal.
face.
Was it just not enough? Are we some hungry wolves that are still out for another sheep?
Good
Running with the
one.
wolves.
Wolves.
All right, Nathan, you start us off.
So I'd say this movie is pretty fit. Because the only things I could say that I would want to add to it would be things that would actually change what happens in this movie. So I don't think I need more of this movie. I don't think it had anything excessive. Again, if I were to do anything, it'd just end up changing the movie. So I guess I'll just say that it's fit.
This movie, I think, is also fit. I think it's the only thing that I would shave off, and I do remember saying it in this, and it was the very last thing that anyone even said. The last minute 20 of this movie were basically just the dad and Mebh's mom in her
Guess I
human
got a
form,
new wife.
just like
Yeah.
strolling
Yeah.
down. They were all this big
like
happy
in this
family.
big
Right,
fancy
the cart.
cart
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
They-
With a bunch of wolves with them, even though they
Yes.
have they have horses, right?
They
Yeah.
were like on the sides
Those
of the
horses
road.
definitely don't
Yeah,
respond
like
that
those
well.
horses are not gonna be okay with a bunch of wolves around them.
No,
War
King.
horse will.
It actually made more
It-
sense if they were the wolves were the carrying
Yeah.
carriage, but
Yeah.
we're not here for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It didn't not fit. It was just like a weird cherry
Yeah.
on top that I.
It's a little too
Like-
happy. Even,
It was just
Yeah,
a happily ever after.
It was,
Right.
and I'm sure that there was a sunset. I just can't remember it.
Yeah,
Like
there
they were,
probably
it was
was.
literally them riding into the sunset.
Surely it didn't go that.
I don't know.
traditionally.
It might have been, but yeah, I think it was fit. It set out to what it was needing to do. It's obviously a kids movie that, yes, had a couple ups and downs, had some weird theatrical, dramatic parts. But were they really all that? It's just like life or death. But yeah, I think it was fit. And for an animated movie, it did everything that an animated movie does all the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you guys. I think it's pretty fit. I think the stuff that I would add is just more of the music video. I had a fun time with that. Not too much more, but a little bit more.
I mean,
And then
there's
there's, like-
she was like jumping off of
Yeah, she's,
cliffs
like,
and like rolling around.
Right, just having a great time. Like it
So
felt,
good.
it had very much the "Love Is in the Air Tonight" from like Lion King. It had a
Yeah,
lot of that.
it
It had a
definitely
lot of
did.
that vibe and inspiration to it.
Because it was dark in that too.
Yeah.
Oh
but-
yeah, it was
but-
a nighttime.
But it worked,
yeah.
man. It worked for me. And if is there stuff I would take? I don't know. I just take more of Sean Bean's character because take that off. But really, I mean, the movie works as it is, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
I have an absolute horrible memory, so I really don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with fit. Right.
Yeah.
I think Fit's a pretty safe answer. Here.
Yeah.
I think
just-
it is. It seems like
It wasn't fat enough for you to remember it's fat.
Yeah, to
so.
be a contrarian, I want to say fat, but I honestly don't remember, so I'm gonna say fit.
Price doesn't remember on the visual either. If you look at him, there's about one hamster behind his eyeball.
Just one, and he's bloated too.
Yeah, barely moving.
Price
Barely moving.
Huh?
He's got a gut.
Very blank look on
Yeah.
that face.
Boy, where are you, Price? Where are you?
I think he's sad.
Are you in Alcatraz right now? Look, you find that funny. And
Just smirk.
Got him.
Well, I mean, are we ready to get into our scores then for this film?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, let's
Sure.
Let's do it.
Please just let me go first.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I
Price.
gave it a 6.5.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Pass.
Mason, want to give it 7.5?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I give the movie 7.5. I mean, that tracks. 7.5 is pretty reserved for, I think, like 7's like going to be that baseline animated movies. Like I've said time and time again, if you've watched any animated review, I say most movies.
We haven't done it very many.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot. So
I can't remember any.
7, that doesn't mean anything. We don't trust
I
your
feel
memory.
like you should be a little concerned about
Yeah,
that.
that, you should go probably talk to somebody about that, Price. But Price is looking up Alzheimer's symptoms, and all the links are all like
Sometimes.
Yeah, they're all
purpled out.
purple.
Yeah. Huh? No, 7 is a baseline for most anime movies. It's pretty hard to make those things like stinky bad, anything 6 or less. They've got a formula, they've got it down pretty bad.
Mhm.
But to really go above that, even just a little bit at 7.5, I'm getting credit's due. I think they used all the strengths that animated movies should. The movie has flaws altogether, but I had a really good time with it. It was a really refreshing experience for me, and I just enjoyed it across the board. I love the music video. I thought most of the characters were great. Robyn and Mebh's chemistry I thought were solid, and except for like the stupid artificial conflict. But this is kids' movies, and it's got to hit your beats, and this isn't trying to reinvent the storytelling.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna.
It didn't bite off too much homework.
Right? Yeah. I'm not gonna try to beat it down for not being incredibly innovative. So yeah, I think 7.5 is like a very comfortable, good score for it.
Yeah. Luckily, this movie is somewhat like recent. For it to have just come out, I think last year, which is good. Or
Which
maybe
year is
earlier
that
this
for our
year.
viewers?
I can't say. But fortunately, after I'd seen this movie, I was like, you know what? This is a little bit different. It's not really my wheelhouse to pick animated movies, and if they are, I've tried to make them different. I do remember like the main like plus that I had with this movie was just all of the Irish accents, and how much I was just like going on and on about but they were obviously just Irish and from London as well, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give this movie an 8.5. I think it stands out a little bit more from the rest. You've got your Pixars, you've got your DreamWorks, you've got all of these other things. This is a completely separate entity. It's Cartoon Saloon out of Ireland. They've done Song of the Sea. They've done.
Have you watched those? Though?
Yes, I watched The
wow.
Breadwinner, which wasn't that good. Song of the Sea was really good. I did. I watched this
Song
movie.
of the South.
Song of the.
Face is like, I love that movie.
Is Secret of the Kells?
Secret of the Kells was their
That
first
one.
one. Then
I've
The
heard that
Breadwinner.
one was not
That's what.
great.
I never watched that one, but I watched Song of the Sea. You should check it out because I
Oh.
watched this one and I went on a tear. So
yeah, Disney's Song of the South is our
Song of the South by Disney. It was also made in like 1980.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Anyways, 8.5 from me.
I gave this a 7, I believe.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think this movie with its art style would have
year.
got a higher score, but Goodfellow, Sean Bean, his character did so much damage to this film for me that I can't really give it higher than a 7.
Yeah.
I think really what it is that bothers me about his character is you could say that this movie was made to be like a piece of an era, in which case his character in the beginning felt like he was going to be different and out of step with normal society with the way he was behaving with his daughter, and like you felt like this was going to be like a tight bond between like a daughter and a father who assumingly has lost his
The wife
because of
something.
like it feels like he's going to be a very different kind of person than what is traditional in the society, only to pull the rug out from under you and end up being just like everybody else, and that frustrated me a lot.
Yeah, I remember you said that a lot. I remember that really got on your nerves. Which I get. I mean, he's one of the main.
You want to play the?
He's one of the main characters.
I mean, we're not recording that.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to have us on screen.
Okay. So yeah, that's ultimately what holds it back from being rated higher, because I do think the art style is really exceptional, very clever, and it's cool to see something that mixes a sketchy kind of art style with hard line work and it not feel jarring, because you have two different art styles going on in this movie and they work well together. So yeah, they did a good job. I just wish they had not messed with me on one of the main characters.
On the main character,
Don't
arguably.
mess with Nathan.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, that's it. As far as what movie is going to be coming up next, what?
Easy.
There we go. Yeah.
Dylan's pick.
If you're Irish, it's easy.
It's the last pick of the season, the year.
Yeah.
The whole
What a one to end it
shebang.
on. By God.
Yeah, man. Easy A. What a finisher.
I remember as soon as you said those words, you could probably see it in my. If it lasts long enough, you can see my face just crinkle down to like you picked that
The
one.
main thing I've heard about this
Cool.
movie is it's not hard. It's easy.
It's the second one. Of
Still
this
slut.
I'll do another Tim and Eric.
That was
Yeah,
Price's
no.
favorite part. I don't know. Wait,
So-
But we haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what my favorite part is.
Yeah,
Wow.
whoa, time
Yeah.
more paradoxes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who knows? We'll see.
Make sure to tune in to what our video for Easy A is. Hopefully our audio will be attached to that video, no problem. Maybe this is just our new format. Maybe we just start doing this all the time.
Doubling up.
If you guys,
Yeah.
if you guys like this as a concept, make sure to let us know in the comments below.
You won't.
Did you enjoy the voiceover, like our F&M Movie Podcast Abridged series? Let us know in the comments below.
BTS.
If you don't like this, give us a thumbs up. If you do like it, also give us a thumbs up. Please, we don't need thumbs down. There's only like one crushes
Well,
us.
I feel like recently I heard they're getting rid of the thumbs down button. I don't know if this is.
I don't need that sort of forced positivity. If you don't like this shit, you better listen. If you don't like it, you better go out of your way to write a comment and tell us how much you don't like it. If you hit a thumbs down, that's fucking
You're a coward.
Coward.
Yeah, that's
Show
the easy
yourself.
way out.
yeah. I want to fight my enemies who know.
I want to know. I want to know how I can improve. How
Right.
can I improve?
Just Nathan. I don't
Just
wanna
Nathan.
know.
Fuck you. How dare you not like our content? And also, if you want to continue to like or dislike our content, you can hit that subscribe button right below, and that one keeps you up to date. If you hit the bell, ba-ding, then that becomes a thing where you can sit there and just get notified, so you can immediately roast us upon delivery of our videos.
You don't have to wait.
And then
No time.
whenever I do dishes, I'll watch it and I'll see the comments, and I'm like, who the fuck said I suck?
And then he smashes a
Yeah.
ceramic plate against the
Yeah.
And then
fridge.
his wife comes in and it's like, why are you doing that, Dylan?
Then he
And
said,
he's like,
Griff did it.
and then she's like, oh, Griff. And then she kicks Griff, and
No,
then the
she-
police gets involved. And,
She definitely would never.
do you
kick
want
me.
all that to happen?
No. So yeah, just like
My favorite
just
part
like
of this whole
and
video.
subscribe. Griffin is the Wolfwalker, okay?
Running with the Griffin.
yeah. And then
Peeing on the couch.
and then I look and then I see it's Price that's actually commented on that.
Please kick your dog.
Yeah.
From his burner account, too.
Yeah, on his burner account,
Yeah.
which is just Bryce Pell. Like, not subtle at all. But anyways, that's our show. We've dubbed ourselves enough on this one. Make sure to tune in next week for Easy A. If you love Quiznos, you're gonna love this movie.
You will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye guys.
End it with Quiznos.
Yep.
Hashtag Quiznos.
Sponsored by Quiznos.